So welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be having a first look at the Euro 2016 DLC. As you can see, we have downloaded it. You can see we've got the Road to UEFA campaign, which has started on my club. We've got the Master League original members are back as managers, login campaign, the data pack 3.0 content, and the patch file release. So let's have a look at the patch file release, see what has been included in the patch itself. So the UEFA mode will be available when Data Pack 3 is released. Lovely. They've also fixed a couple of issues there with the through ball type set to advanced, but I don't really use that, to be honest. They've sorted out the Division Sim problem, where you can actually manually select it yourself, and Master League has a couple of tweaks as well. Now, I don't know if there's any gameplay tweaks. There may be a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. But let's have a look at what is included in the latest data pack. So, added in the cup mode, team data of the 24 entry national teams, updates for certain face models, not sure which ones, additional stadium of Stade de France, of course there's only the one stadium that's been added, updates for the club teams, or the, club teams, the national sides that are licensed, 10 additional pair of boots, and 2 additional types of balls. So let's go into it and look at it a little bit deeper. We'll start with Group A, which is Albania, France, Romania, and then Switzerland. So here is a look at Albania themselves. We're going to go through... I'll show you guys the faces. We'll sort of scan these real quickly. I don't know if the teams themselves have actually been updated. That's entirely going to be down to whether Konami have done that yet, or they're going to be waiting to see who's going to be in the side. So that probably will come at a later date. But yeah, look at Albania themselves. I personally don't watch a whole lot of Albania, so I don't really know who should be in the side and who shouldn't. But still, there it is. So next up, we'll take a look at France. I think we all know the players that play for France themselves. Sagna, Evra, Diarra, Paul Pogba. Although I think Pogba's hair is now not like that. Might have to change that a little bit. Anthony Martial. Has he been getting 79? I think he's been given a little bit of a boost. And rightly so, to be fair. He is playing pretty well this season. Unlike most Man United players that have been struggling. Schneidlin, Sissoko, Kabai. The faces look good, don't they? You can't really say they don't. Very nice. So we will take a look at Romania. I'm not sure if any of these faces or players have been updated. Obviously, we know this is not a licensed side. You will not have that kit if you've just downloaded the database. You'll have to head over there to PESuniverse.com and download it. We do actually have now managers that you can use or put in your game. Also have the correct colours for kits and numbers themselves. There's Pantilimon, the big man. So be sure to grab it, all free of charge. High quality as well. How will Romania do though? That's the question. So I'll take a look at Switzerland, also a team that is unlicensed. So you guys will have to once again download them. Doesn't take too long to do, to be fair. But it's sort of what we have to deal with nowadays with the whole license issues and everything else. So Shaqiri looking quite nice. So this video is purely just going to show you guys all of the teams and how they look. So the next video will be whipping out some gameplay, trying it out, seeing what it's all about. Oh, look at that hairdo. So now we'll take a look at England. I think Joe Hart's been given a bit of a makeover. Looks a little bit different, looks quite good there. I'm expecting all of these players to look pretty good, to be honest. And Shelby looking good there. Milner with his John Travolta type chin. Chamberlain, yeah, the faces look phenomenal. I mean, even Raheem Sterling has a stupid haircut. Looks absolutely ridiculous. All that money and you get a haircut like that. There's Jagielka, Jones, Bertrand, Ross Barkley, Townsend. Look at that beard. Lallana looking good. So no complaints, I think, with the England team. They'll look phenomenal. Vardy looking good. Bit of a boost as well. 81. His speed and explosive power, though, should be far, far more than that. One of the quickest players in the Premier League. And there's Harry Kane. So now we'll take a look at Russia. Also in Group B, along with Slovakia, Wales and England. I think they'll fancy their chances, the Russians. I think England will be one of the favourites, but let's be honest, England are hit and miss at times, so they had a decent qualification stage. I don't know how many generic faces there are in this. I haven't seen too many of the same. Remember, this is all free DLC, guys. You're not paying for it unless you do not have PES. In fact, then you'll have to pay for it, but still you can get the game pretty cheap at the moment. I believe it is on sale. So we'll take a look at Slovakia. Skirtle looking very mean, as he always does. So I believe I will be doing a playthrough with Italy. We'll get that one rolling very, very shortly. I'm so certainly looking forward to it. Enjoying my chance to get my hands on the actual gameplay. Some people have said the gameplay is a little bit different. It's been tweaked a little bit. I would hope so. We'd have a cracking game of football if it has been. Stoch. Duda. Yeah, I think some of these are generic faces, but it's kind of what you would expect for these types of teams. So we take a look at Wales. Hennessy in goal. Williams at the back. Gunter. You can see the licence kit there for Wales themselves. And there's Joe Allen looking quite good, I have to say. And Ramsey, too shabby as well. I think the beards have been improved a little bit. It seemed to be more hair follicles. There is, well, Gareth Bale, absolute beast, isn't he? Worth playing with Wales just to play with Bale, to be honest. Take a look at Collins. Chester. So how will Wales do? That'll be the question. They'll certainly be looking forward to it. Some of these players, obviously not the faces for those. So now we take a look at the Germans. It's Manuel Neuer in goal. I think everyone knows all about the Germans themselves. Been pretty dominant over the last couple of tournaments. Bastian Schweinsteiger, 31 years of age. Toni Kroos, I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of what Kroos looks like. I don't know, I think they could do a better job of his face there. Gundogan looks fantastic though. Müller, could be a bit better. Özil, he has those eyes where he always looks constantly surprised. Ter Stegen, Staffy, Ginter, Ruddy. Kramer from Everybody... no, not Everybody Loves Raymond. Sorry, Seinfeld. That's the one. That's the one with Kramer. Schürrle. Lucas Podolski. Marco Reus. And Cruz as well. We'll take a look at Northern Ireland. Johnny Evans. They're going to have a tough group. No question about that when you're... wow, Brunt has some very alien-looking head type there. But when you're with the likes of Germany, Poland and Ukraine, it certainly isn't going to be easy for them. But they'll relish the chance just to get to play in France in the prestigious tournament. I mean, you have to understand now that, of course, Konami aren't going to be worried too much about putting the faces in for the likes of Northern Ireland. As you can see, most of these are just generic ones. Look at that hairdo. Final last few players. So next up we have Poland. Fabianski between the sticks. sure they'll have a couple of updated ones. Now, I will leave just all the group stages in the description for you guys if you would like to just look at individual ones. Some of you people may not want to sit down and watch all of this, just showing all the faces, but I know some people like to see how they look now in the new update. Robert Lewandowski, 89 overall. Because it won't just be the faces that have been updated, of course the stats would have been changed as well a little bit accordingly to how well they've been doing this season. And rightly so, they should actually update all the stats for players once the season is over, ready for the new tournament. Last couple of players. So take a look at Ukraine. Payatov in goal. So these are the names that you never want to pronounce. Very, very difficult. The old Ukrainians, they always seem to have Stefenko or something at the end. But I think the faces look pretty good for some of them. You can always tell which ones have been improved. There is old Shevchenko. Must be, yeah, it's a different goal there. I was going to say, wait a minute, that's not the real one. Or the forward. Malowinski. Gusev. And the final one. So now we'll move on to Croatia. Luka looking good. Croatia haven't got a bad group apart from really playing Spain. Turkey, who aren't bad as well, and Czech Republic. There is Luka Modric. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, that face. Certainly looks good. Rakitic looking good as well. And they've certainly got some good players, haven't they? Mandzukic, Rakitic, Modric, Luka at the back. And they have one of the certainly unique kits. Checkered. It's Kovacic, another Real Madrid player now. Polic. So we take a look at Czech Republic. There's Petr Cech in goal, 88 overall. Very solid goalie. He's done well since he's gone to Arsenal. So as I said before, yeah, I'm just going to be showing all the faces for the teams. 24 teams in this video. So if you would like to manually just go to each group, that's up to you. You can do so. I'll leave that in the description. But this is just to show you guys what the players look like if you don't get a chance to download it right away. The patch itself is about 3.2 gig-ish, or 3.6, something around there. So, quite a big update. That's to be expected. And there it is. So we'll take a look at Spain. Iker Casillas. I don't think he'll be in goal this year, to be honest, though. Let's be honest, De Gea should be the one. It's been absolutely phenomenal for Manchester United. He really has been their best player by an absolute mile up there. But I think most of the Spanish players will be looking the part. Says Fabregas. I think he's been updated a little bit. I know Juan Mata has been as well. There's Pedro. Morata. Looks fantastic. David De Gea. Kind of a skinny face. And there's a long face. We have Bartra at the back with Carvajal. Certainly be hoping for a better Euros and a World Cup campaign, won't they, Spain? And I'm sure they will. Looking to bounce back with the likes of Iniesta. Spatolo. Koke. There is Mata. Not bad. Looks a little bit probably more realistic than the last one. So now we take a look at Turkey. Go through some of those. The final team in Group D. I certainly think it's better having 24 teams though this year. Or as they have increased the amount of teams in the Euros. It just makes it more fascinating, more interesting to watch. It used to, of course, just be 16, so they've added 8 more sides. More teams will be able to qualify now into the knockout stages, but I think it's going to make for a better tournament in the long run. More games to watch, and I don't think people will complain about that. The Euros only happen once every 4 years, very much like the World Cup. Not as big, but certainly in Europe, it's still quite a big tournament. But how will Turkey do? We will have to wait and see. So now we move into Group E. Have a look at Belgium, and this group is certainly one of the more interesting ones to watch. Belgium, Italy, Ireland and Sweden. There's going to be some absolute belter of them games there, I'll tell you that much. I think the two favourites, probably say Italy and Belgium, to be honest, but Sweden could do something, and Ireland, well, I wouldn't take them lightly either. Eden Hazard looking phenomenal. Christian Benteke, to be honest, is a waste of space. I just don't rate him really. He's done absolutely nothing since he's gone to Liverpool, except miss some absolute sitters. Some good faces right there. Boyata. Chadley from Tottenham Hotspur. Morales from Everton. Mertens, who is quick. Origi, Liverpool man. Lukaku's an 84. Let's have a look there. Good balance. So there we have it. Now we take a look at Italy. Gianluigi Buffon. Certainly like their kit, I have to say. It's one of the kits that I would actually probably pick up if I could. But it's going to be a younger Italian side. Certainly younger than they have been before. El Shaarawy. Pella up top. Looking mean. Sirigu. They have a good choice of goalies. Mazzagli. Andrea Pirlo. Is he still around? Can't remember now if he's retired or not from international duty. I'm sure he has. Florenzi. Zaza. And Immobile up top. So have a look at the Irish. Randolph in goal. John O'Shea actually doesn't look too bad there, to be honest. Look at that one. Phenomenal. Looks like Conor McGregor. And Seamus Coleman. And the Irish kit, of course, another unlicensed team. So you won't have that kit if you've just downloaded this new update. You have to download it over at PESuniverse.com and just stick it in the game. There's Shane Long. Shay Given, still around. I think pretty good overall Ireland, face-wise. Certainly obviously the more recognisable players. McGeady. So Robbie Keane, legend, and Murphy. So we take a look at the last team in the group, in Group E, Sweden. A lot of these players, I'm sure, being updated as well. Kallstrom. Forsberg. Berg. And, of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic looking like a poacher. Another unlicensed team. So you will have to manually add the kit yourself. Which people always complain about, but it really isn't a big deal nowadays. Especially with the way they've added it on PS4. Fingers crossed, you know, Xbox One gets it next year, because it is a shame that they can't do it themselves. So look at the final group. Group F. Austria, Hungary, Iceland and Portugal. I'm sure Portugal will be the favourites there, hands down. Although, tell you what, Austria got some decent players. The likes of Alaba, Fuchs and Altovic. It could certainly cause you some problems. And Altovic, they're looking fantastic. Yanko. This is another unlicensed team. As we know, 15 licensed and 9 of them unlicensed. Belsanka, Pelivan. And these bottom ones probably have the generic faces. So we take a look at Hungary. There's an old goalie, isn't he? 39 years of age. Although, to be fair, goalies nowadays, well, they can play for an awful long time. This is the last unlicensed team in the DLC. The last two, Iceland and Portugal, do have the official kits for them. Not to say these aren't official, they look pretty official. Steber, Preskin, Nikolic, and final one right there. So we take a look at Iceland, second from last team. Sigurdsson. I think it's going to be tough for them, isn't it, Iceland, to certainly make it out the group. Sigurdsson there from Swansea City. Got some Charlton Athletic players as well. I don't think too many of these will have the proper real-life faces. But they've done well to get there, so don't knock them. You never know what happened in the World Cup with Costa Rica. I don't think too many people thought they'd get out of the group, but they were an absolute peach of a team. Good Johnson, former Chelsea man. And finally, we take a look at Portugal. Can they do anything in this tournament? Can Ronaldo do anything? I think a lot of people waiting for him to shine on the old international stage. Coentrao, Coutinho, and there is Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, he's a 92. His stats pretty lethal. Nani, well, Nani looks a little bit weird. I don't know what they've done to him. Seems to have got a small head. Lopez, Ventura, Fonte from Southampton, along with Cedric. Danilo from Porto. Adrian, Silva, Quaresma, and Nadir. So they have also added 10 new boots. I'm not sure which ones they've added. We will quickly just go through these here and show you guys all of them now. I'm sure they've just added probably some Nike ones. Not sure if those German ones were new. Mizuno. I'm not sure if they even add these to the players. It would be nice if they, of course, updated the players' boots as well as everything else, because they're always changing every couple of months. Some Nike ones. New Balance. I'm sure their ones are pretty new. Curials. Tiempos. Yeah, I think these ones are probably new. The Hypervenom ones are quite nice. I've added a selection of those. Some Pumas. But anyway, that is all for today's video. We'll be back with some actual gameplay in the next one. I just wanted to show you guys all the faces, all the teams, all the kits there. And, you know, some of these boots. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back shortly with a lot more Euro content to come. Trust me, it's going to be good. But until next time, take care.